check, check, check. All right, all right, all right. Here we go. I'm still eating my breakfast. So, a certain someone was kind enough to lend me some Force of Wills and Divining Witches, so I will be playing the Force of Will combo control version, colloquially referred to as Mean Deck Doomsday. So you'll definitely need that motherfucker. I don't want all of those motherfuckers. It should just have like a commonly used thing, because then everything would be right there. I'm gonna be a real bad mofo. I kind of want to put one in the main deck. We'll put 2 in the board for now. That seems to be. I don't know. We'll put 3 in the board. We'll see what I want. No, let's just put them all in. Let's just put them all on the sideboard for now. Okay. Force of Will. I need Force of Will in the main deck. Add 4 to deck. Don't think I've ever played a deck with Force of Will in it. Maybe that shitty Doomsday Show and Tell hybrid I played one time. Let's see. I think I want a little bit of discard. We'll start with a couple Thoughtseize for now. Oh, let's not use that ugly ass one. Okay, it's not happy. I'm gonna put 1 Cabal Therapy in. I've seen some people playing it. I think the idea is that you can like do some funky tricks with it in piles and stuff, or like sack an Oracle to it so you can get it back. Oh, I need an Unearth. I wonder if I have an Unearth. Okay. Well, let's see if we can do something about that. Where are we going here? That was a mistake. Unearth can't be that expensive, right? I swore I had one. Interesting. Yeah. Here we go. Alright. Solve that problem. So we'll be getting an Unearth shortly. What else do we need? Oh, Street Wraiths. I definitely have those. I think most people are playing 2. And Edge of Autumn, which I think is a dog shit card, but I understand why it's there. I know a lot of people are playing Baleful Strix. I don't think I have any of those, but I also don't think I want to play Baleful Strix. Yeah, I'm not sure it's where I want to ordain. Like, I would rather play Divining Witches in the main deck than play Baleful Strix, so you might actually see that happening. I'm not done. I'm probably going to cut back. Although, I actually might move one to the main deck for maximum memes. I need to add these. Dark Rituals. Can't forget the Dark Rituals. That's a good point. Yeah, I think it probably is the occasional utility of it with Thassa's Oracle is not strong enough. So let's get that shit out of here. I want a couple petals. At least one petal, but I'll probably do 2 petals. I haven't looked at a list in a while. Maybe I should look at a list here. Oh, that's the Astrolabe one. I don't think I'm playing Astrolabe, so see if I can scroll up a bit and find another one. Just scroll past the memes. Maybe in deck lists? There's memes in here too. We're talking about Lich. If you're looking for serious, high-level discussion of the Doomsday deck, this is not the place for it. Alright, let me just jump to Ethan's list. That's going to be the best. Oh, I need a Lion's Eye Diamond. Okay. Lion's Eye Diamond is a good one. See, I've got pretty much everything. Because I'm not playing the Stridges. I think I want to play a Sylvan Library in the main deck. I thought I typed yes. Here we go. Okay. Great. Alright, so solve that problem. Actually put it in my deck. Let's finish fleshing out the lands now, and then we'll see how many slots I have left. I think I'll have 2 or 3 slots left. My mana base might be a little messy, but probably won't matter that much. Yeah, we'll do like 1 Mire, 1 Tarn, and then I need my Underground Sea, both seas, Chopping Bayou. A few more lands. I guess I could add in some more of my subpar fetch lands here. I don't have Catacombs, so my mana is it's going to be a little fucked up. Actually, let's just do this. Let's look at just all of the lands that I have and see if there's anything worth including that hasn't been. Whole dismal backwater. Baron Moore for the cycling. Tomb of Urmi action. Or Cabal Pit. Play the spicy Cabal Pit. Anyone want to lend me a Misty and a Mire or something real quick? Alright, I'm going to work on the sideboard for a minute. Oh, I'm still have reset all filters. Emrakul. Here we go. And then we'll need some Abrupt Decays. Definitely want some Decays in the board. Throw in a few Flusterstorms. Throw a Divining Witch in the main deck. I don't know about Surgical. I do think I like Tormod's Crypt these days. Get some Fatal Pushes in here. That looks alright. Just gonna take another look at this here. Some board wipes. Let's do this. But I'm gonna cut the Surgicals, I think, because I want to play this bad motherfucker right here. Alright. That looks playable. Oh. Might be getting the hookup. Hula Hula is the real OG. Alright. Okay, let's see now. There we go. And now Verdant. Alright, so I just need one more of my own lands here. I guess I'll throw in the Tarn. I think I'd rather have something that fetches an island. Alright, that'll work. So now I have one more slot in the main deck to fill. Could maybe throw in like a third Thoughtseize. I kind of want to throw in another Lion's Eye Diamond just to see if I can speed the deck up a tiny bit. I know that's not necessarily the direction that it wants to go, but it's kind of the direction I want to go. Let's take this into a practice room real quick so I don't fly it totally blind into a league. One surgical to beat Breach. That's pretty reasonable. One surgical over the third Tormod script. I mean, I have other tools to beat Breach, but that makes sense. Just as like a way to rip, an entire combo piece out of their deck. Alright, so thanks to everyone who's watching so far, especially Hula, for lending the cards. And I'll take this into a league as soon as I was hoping to get a practice match in, so I'm not flying totally blind, but maybe I'll go. LED was like the worst card for yesterday. I mean, excuse me. I may find that to be the case as well. I'm not totally sure. Like, I don't know. There's a lot of cards I could LED Crack Witch. But yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of cards I could put in that slot. Like, obviously, a Baleful Strix is an option. I could even see if I've got other, we could just try this. Oh, it does? Oh, yeah, it does. That's interesting. I mean, you could activate the Witch and then crack the LED in response to have mana to cast whatever you get, but could play a Lurching Rotbeast. Nice cycling creature. That's basically that's basically Baleful Strix, right? Could jam some Gurmag Anglers in the sideboard for the creature beats. Alright, let's see. I mean, this hand looks perfectly reasonable to me, so I'm going to keep. I think I'll fetch a Bayou with the Misty and just Thoughtseize right away. See what we're up against. Ooh, glad I did that. That is a gross hand. So I'm going to take the Chalice, and then I'll make sure that I have a blue card so I can force the Trinisphere. I probably should have played the Polluted Delta if I'm going to be casting 2 Preordains. Interesting. I think I'm just going to bottom both of these. I don't think I really want the... Damn. Alright, well, this is kind of unfortunate that I have to spend my cantrip to force the 3-ball. But what can you do? Another force, okay. I'm going to play out my pedal now. Damn. That's really unfortunate. I mean, not that I can't win through a Trinisphere, I guess, but it's not really what I want to see. It's kind of funny, like, I'm already experiencing a lot of the reasons why I have been hesitant to try this version of the deck, because it's just so business-light. And you have to pitch cantrips to cast your Force of Will. Alright, so I'm going to force this, and I can just... I'm just going to pay mana for it. Hopefully I'll draw another land so I have another Force of Will. It's weird to say hopefully I'll draw a land in a situation like this. Alright, I drew the Doomsday, so I can Doomsday now, pass a turn, and make, like, Wraith, Edge of Autumn, Oracle, and win through the Trinisphere pretty easily. So I'm just basically have to hope that they don't have any more gross bullshit. So I'll go down to 7, assuming they don't play something and Lightning Greaves it. I suppose I can do just, like, they're unlikely to have a way to remove the Oracle in their main deck. So just Wraith, Edge of Autumn, Oracle should be good enough. And that way, if they... I have a little more life to work with. I'm going to hide the Unearth and the Divining Witch, just because. Okay. It's funny that I was just talking about the deck being so business-light, and I peel the Doomsday off the top, and now I can probably win next turn through a Trinisphere. So, whatever. Grim Monolith, okay. Alright, so hopefully this will be good enough. Cycle the Street Wraith. I'm going to float black from that, and then cycle it, and then play the Oracle. And that's game. Okay? I mean, that's a thing for sure. I want the decays. I do feel like maybe I need more. Well, I don't know. Maybe I need more stuff that can beat, like, more ways to beat permanent base hate in my deck. I feel like this is actually a match where Emrakul and Shelllock Isle could be okay. They're probably playing Wastelands though, so maybe it's not worth it. Maybe I'm supposed to bring in the Divining Witches, actually, in this matchup. Just as, like, another... I kind of like that. Another way to win that doesn't require you to cast as many spells. If this is, like, Mud, they might play Wasteland. It's hard to tell, because we didn't see that much of it. But I suppose if they're playing the Cloud Post stuff, their land mana base, it might have less space in it. But like the full-on stacks decks sometimes do play Wasteland, and they're the type that plays Lodestone Golem too. So I'm like a little wary of it. But I can definitely see the argument for Emrakul and Shelldock Isle in this matchup, even if they play Wasteland, honestly. But I kind of want a Divining Witch summon, so I'm going to try this. The Mud decks normally, I think you're right, don't typically play posts. So I'm surprised no Chalice here, which means they must have a Trinisphere. That, I think. The thing is, you never really know with the practice room. People try weird shit like Doomsday with Divining Witches. So, interesting. So I was kind of like digging for a Force of Will. But I could just win next turn if I take the Dark Writ. I just feel like if I do that, I'm going to get 3-balled. But I don't know, that shuffling is actually going to get me anything better, and because I have the Witch, like I do have a way to try and go off through some hate. So this might be okay. I probably should have put the other Doomsday, because if they play Thought-Knot Seer, I should have put I didn't need the Sylvan Library. I should have played the other Doomsday, because if they have a Thought-Knot Seer here, then they could have taken my Doomsday, and I'd have to wait another turn to go off. But this looks like the Trinisphere. Yep. So that's probably going to be okay. If they don't have too much more hate or like really ramp up, I should be able to just try and go off with Divining Witch or something. I mean, or even just like Doomsday like last time, because and like not risk my one Thassa's Oracle, because like I can cast Dark Writ into Trinisphere to just convert 3 mana into BBB. So, but this looks like something big and stupid. Godolph Forge Master. Okay. Hopefully they don't have the Lightning Greaves. Well, actually, I guess they don't have enough mana for Lightning Greaves. But next turn they could go get something big and stupid. I wonder what they would get. I'm going to crack this because I don't need the... I feel like if I cast Doomsday here, like what would I even... I mean, I could use like the same pile as last time, I guess. I'm concerned that they're going to go grab like a freaking Omen Machine or something like that. And I can't even remember what that card does. I almost want to just play out the Witch. I think I'm just going to play out the Witch. Hopefully this will confuse and alarm them, and they'll make a bad play. And then if it doesn't, well, I'll figure something out. But I might just lose this game. I went for the turn 2 kill, and they had the thing. So there that go. Another Trinisphere. What do you need another Trinisphere for? Oh, so that they can sack. They can leave the Trinisphere when they sack something to kill the Forge Master. I get it. That's a decent draw. Alright, so if I cast Doomsday now, then if I don't die, which I probably will, next turn, I mean, I guess I can just Divining Witch right now. No, I think I just passed the turn here. I think I Divining Witch, end step, get the Oracle, and then the next turn I can hopefully... I could play the Oracle, and then with the trigger on the stack... Well, I still need a land. I'm short on mana to be able to do that. That whole plan. Maybe I am supposed to Doomsday now, and then next turn I can... I don't know. I think I'm just gonna wait. I think I need to end step Divining Witch for Oracle. Hope I draw mana. But they're gonna sack the Forge Master itself, the Grim Monolith, and Trinisphere, and they probably just go and get a frickin' Blightsteel Colossus here, right? Like, they don't even need haste on it, because it just kills me regardless. Sundering Titan. That's a cute one. I guess I'm supposed to activate the Witch now, so they get Forest, Swamp, and Island, so they can leave me with, like, nothing. Probably my Oracle's going to be in the top 6, just for... Okay. Okay. It's interesting that those 6 cards go under the Divining Witch, even though, like, everything gets exiled. It's unusual. So I think they're probably going to leave me with the basic Swamp, so that I would need to somehow draw two blue mana sources here. Yeah. I think this game's a lost cause. Because I'm pretty sure they kill me with Sundering Titan before even if I draw like back-to-back blue sources, I would still need the Witch to empty my library, so I don't think there's a way I can... I mean, I'm just going to concede this. I don't think there's a way I can win from here. It's possible that I should have played the Doomsday earlier, but I was concerned about the Forge Master. Getting got with the Forge Master. Whatever. Alright, it's got a Doomsday, it's got a Force, it's got some stuff I'm going to keep. I do need to think carefully about what I want to actually pitch to the Force, because actually, maybe I don't want to Preordain right away. Maybe the Preordain is the card to pitch to the Force. I feel like in this matchup, my most common pile is going to be something like the one I'd used in game 1, where it's a couple Cyclers and then Oracle. So like I'm sort of comfortable pitching Predict to the Force. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna accept that that's probably what's gonna happen here. Actually, this is kind of nice. Draw a second Force. Okay. I think I'm okay with letting that happen. Another Doomsday. Alright, I'd really like to draw like a land and a blue card here. Well, that'll have to do. So hopefully just the one Force of Will will do the trick. I do wonder, should I force pitching Force, or should I, like, I'm probably just going to construct a pile that doesn't use the Predict in the first place. And so I should probably just pitch the Predict and hope that I draw another blue spell. Hope that I draw another blue spell so I can force another thing. I think that is just going to be the way to go. Okay, well, I didn't. So I'm just going to hit this Doomsday, and hopefully they can't make a whole lot of mana next turn. And it's just going to be the same thing as last time, pretty much. I'll throw my Unearth in here just in case they can. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to play a League with this list, but it's just not really my jam. It's like, it's not my style, but I do think that I should at least play a little bit with it to kind of get familiar with it. Because like it does have its merits. I mean, playing Force of Will is a big fucking deal. It helps a lot against some of the bullshit. Alright, so hopefully they just don't have a lot going on. Yeah, right? One day, my land grant Doomsday deck list will work, and then you'll all see. You'll all see what Magic is really about. Alright, what do you got for me? Another Grim Monolith. It's 5 mana. Okay. That doesn't seem like an issue right now. Although, if they get something that can stop my cyclers, that could be a problem. This is where I wish I'd drawn that blue card. I actually have to go to the bathroom after this, so I'm going to go offline. Not offline, liquid metal coating. Oh, they're going to get one of my underground seeds. That's annoying. Maybe? Yeah. That is annoying. Okay. Let me think. I had to make a pass the turn pile, and I didn't have another Force of Will up. So they got a Karn. I think, I'm just trying to think, like they're probably gonna kill my I'm thinking the way to go right now is gonna be I need to cycle into the Edge of Autumn. I mean, cycle into the Thassa's Oracle, and then I'm gonna have to Thought Seize myself. But do I even have enough life to do all of that? I don't know. I think I'm just gonna have to pass. I can't just go do the Thassa's Oracle now because I don't have enough blue mana. Due to Karn. And now they can minus again and get something really stupid. So, unfortunately, they probably got me, yeah. Which is fine, because I gotta take a shit. I only have 2 in the deck. But yeah, I mean, having the option to find another, except that I wouldn't have been able, well, yeah, to be able to fetch, I could have, that's probably what I should have done. Like, I put a fucking Divining Witch in the pile as, like, the last, or no, it was another Cycler. But you're right, I probably should have put a land in there so that I would have something to be able to fetch. Interesting that they got the Walking Ballista, but I guess it still kills me. They're almost at just shooting me down mana. Executes 3, yeah. Yeah, I'm just going to concede. I can't win this, but you're right that I probably should have, it wouldn't even have to be Underground Sea. Like, even an Island would have been a better one in that slot. But anyway, I'm going to go to the bathroom, and then I think I'm just going to run this list into a league. So I will be back in a minute or two. Hopefully not more than that. Alright, now I'm back. Had Dunkin' Donuts for breakfast, Chipotle for lunch, and Five Guys for dinner yesterday. So it was coming back to bite me in the ass, so to speak. Yeah, nice and smooth. Um, let's jump into League. Actually, let's look at this one more time. Let's just see. I, as much as I want to meme hard, I think I'm going to take this Divining Witch out of the main deck. But what do I put in? I could put an Abrupt Decay in the main. It's an option. I could look at a bunch of bad creatures. It's also an option. Some Pain Seer action. I wonder if I just have like an Impulse or something. Or even a Limb Duel's Vault. Uh-oh. I think Moto might be crashing. So, yeah. I think I'm going to have to restart. Alright, let me see if I can restart Moto here. Oh. It just moved. But... okay. Don't know what that was all about. Let's just try again. Where did I put that motherfucker? Am I just blind? Oh, there it is. I saw it. I saw it. Why is it? Oh, because I went down to 59 cards, of course. I could just put another Street Wraith in. Suppose that's an option. Or just another interactive spell. I kind of like the idea of an Impulse, though. I wonder if I have one. I do. Let's just try that. Alright, let's jump into a League. I straight don't give a fuck. Here we go. Depending on how fast I bomb out, maybe I'll even play in a League with Echo Doomsday. Or maybe I'll play a Belcher League. Kind of want to do that. I'm kind of surprised it's taken this long to find a match. It's like they want me to start live whitebordering cards or something. Let's take a look at the physical deck. see what's left to white border. I think I have... Okay, my Veil of Summers are still black border. Look at that beauty. My Echo, or some of my Echoes anyway. Verdant Catacombs is still black border. I got some work to do. Most of my Invocation Doomsdays. Oh, I'm too busy touching myself over here and almost missed this. Shaman Cuck. What a name. Alright, so this is a mall. There ain't no lands in it. This is a keep. But I'm going to put the bottom of the Oracle, because we don't need it. Interesting, okay. Alright, so some kind of loamy deck, I assume. Interesting. It's interesting there's no turn 1 play. It kind of makes me want to Thoughtseize, but I also don't want to, like, necessarily open myself up to Wasteland here. I think I'm just going to Thoughtseize. Like, I have more mana, so if I get Wastelanded, it's not the end of the world. And what the fuck is it? Dread Presence. They do have Wastelands. Okay, I'm not super concerned about the Dread Presence. I think I'm going to take the Green Sun and then get Wastelanded. Dread Presence is an interesting one, though. So I'm guessing this is like a green-black Pox, almost. More than... I mean, like, it's probably a Loam deck, but I'm not so they just want to run that Dread Presence out. Interesting. Okay. I guess I'm going to need to... try and find a win fairly quickly in case that thing can just, like, totally run me over. Ugh. Jesus Christ. So I'm not actually going to crack this fetch. I'm going to draw the Force, and then I'm going to predict away the Trop. Oh, I'm not... Well, I'll have to spend the Lotus Petal to do that, probably, because they're going to Wasteland my Underground Sea. I don't even know if this is the way to go here. They find the Loam. Vexing Shusher. What the flying fuck am I even playing against? I know they have another Wasteland in hand. Alright. This feels like super awkward. But I just need to see cards at this point. Okay. I mean, those are cards, for sure. But I'm assuming I just get Wastelanded again here. Right? That's what I need. Dark Red or like maybe an LED. But even then, like, I'm not going to be able to make a pass the turn pile. So I don't know how I'm going to win this game at this point. Veil of Summer. That doesn't do jack shit. I guess if I If they play a black spell, I veil it, draw into a dark writ, and then a brainstorm off the top, I can win, but that's not what's going to happen here. Black spell. Come on. Here we go. This is it. Another Dread Presence. Now we're talking. Alright. We're in business. Yeah, okay. Hold on, let's just see what we draw. If I draw a Brainstorm, maybe there's still an outside shot. Yeah, it doesn't look good. Not looking good. Alright. So what am I even doing against this deck? I guess I'll bring in Decays. I think I want to bring in Decays, swap Decays for Thought Seizes maybe. I don't even know if they're playing discard though. Like, is it worth it to leave the Veils in? Maybe like that? Let's try that. Cut a couple Veils for the Decays. I don't know if I'm supposed to just be like bringing Divining Witch in every matchup. But, this hand is not quite what I want, but I'm also not sure I should throw it away. It's very vulnerable to Wasteland. I think I have to keep it though. Leyline of the Void, sure, that's not going to do a whole lot. I'm actually going to cycle the Street Wraith first. Okay. Preordain first. There's a Dark Grit. I think I want to keep the Dark Grit. I really need them to not Wasteland me. Although I guess if they Wasteland this, I can just Edge of Autumn to get a cantrip out of it, which is kind of interesting. No Wasteland. I guess that's nice. What you got for me? Chalice on 1. Is it too greedy to not force this and hope that I draw a green mana source? Because like if they Wasteland, if they have a Wasteland next turn, if I don't draw green mana and they have a Wasteland next turn to follow it up, I'll be in trouble. Yeah, I'm leaning towards that as well. The question is, what cantrip do I pitch? I think I have to keep the Brainstorm and be a little bit greedy and hope that I draw a fetch. Because like I think I'm just not going to win this game if I don't draw pretty well. Lion's Eye Diamond. Doesn't get much better than that. Let's just kill him. Right? Yeah, I guess that's fine. Alright, let's see. Probably they're not going to have anything, but I'm thinking, let's say I want Oracle. That's kind of what I was thinking. They do the. I was thinking about like putting an Unearth in the pile, but it does not going to matter because they have the Veil out. So it just has to be. I mean, like I have a second LED too, which is kind of nice here. So I can go like this. How many cards is that? So I can go cycle edge into predict away the Veil, draw LED Street Wraith, and have Oracle on the bottom. So this will work. So let's put Oracle on the bottom, and then LED Wraith, Veil of Summer, predict. All right, and help me remember, Veil of Summer is the card I'm going to have to name. So I don't forget. I don't know why it has to appear over there. Veil of Summer. Alright. That was a really good brainstorm. Kind of called my shot there, too. I'm going to have to draw really well to win this game. Proceeds to draw really, really well. Okay, I think I'm going to just keep this sideboarding. Now that I know they're a Chalice deck, I'm less afraid of something like Thoughtseize. Obviously, they could still play him, but since they're a Chalice deck, a Chalice into him, my Veil of Summers aren't going to do anything anyway. So I think I want to bring in the Divining Witches. I really want to get someone with these. Alright, let's see. We've got a Force of Will, we've got a Brainstorm, we got an LED, we got a Divining Witch. I don't see how this hand can possibly lose. I actually do think this is a keep. The fact that my one... Hold on a sec. Sorry about that. The fact that my one land is vulnerable to Wasteland, I think it looks like the only weakness here. Only major weakness. I do think I will be forcing pitching Predict. No Leyline this time, so I can still put a Predict in a pile if I need to. It's interesting that they have no play. Oh my god, and we even draw the Doomsday? Absolutely bonkers. Alright, I'm just going to pass. This might be an end step Brainstorm kind of hand, because if I can find the Dark Red, I can just win. What you got for me? Dread Presence. I think I just don't care about that. And in fact, I think I can afford to pass a turn here. Yeah, I came to the same conclusion. I think if they had played like a Chalice or a Trinisphere or something like that, and I had to force, I was more inclined to do the Brainstorm then, to not let them have a chance to do anything. But I think it's okay to not right there. Although I do think I want to Brainstorm now, but just getting one card deeper is good, but I don't think I can wait a whole lot longer on the Brainstorm. Oh, Jesus. Okay, let me think. That was not desirable. Yeah, so I mean that's kind of what I'm looking at right now is doing that, but I'm still, that puts me at like, I'm gonna have to pass 2 turns. That's a really miserable Brainstorm. I feel like I had to Brainstorm there because if I don't, like, if they have a Wasteland to follow this up, I'm not gonna. I was not gonna win that game because I can't force a will of waste. I can't force a will of Brainstorm. So like or a Wasteland. I needed to find another land, but it feels bad to get fucked like that. So let me think. So here's the problem: is if I make a pass a turn pile now, it's gonna have to be a pass 2 turns pile, and if they have any lands in hand or they draw any lands, they're going to be able to dome me with the Dread Presence and attack. And if they have like 2 lands left, I'm just going to die before I can go off. But by the same token, I just don't think I have another option right now. So, yeah, I don't think there's any way around me passing 2 turns. And I also don't think I can afford to lose any life, which means I need to keep this land around. So I think I'm pretty dead. Because a Wasteland will kill me. Maybe I could have done 1 straight, so I'll go down to 9. The thing, I still need a land to be able to use Edge of Autumn, so if they have Wasteland, I'm still, like, I lose to Wasteland here. Oops. I kind of porked that. Can I undo? I wanted the LED on top. I just have to pass a turn here. If they just, like, because I'm going to have to pass 2 turns if they have 2 lands, I just lose to the Dread Presence. Yeah, I mean, I guess you're right. I think if they had a Chalice, though, they would have played it. Yeah, and there's the Wasteland, so I'm just going to concede. Alright. Good stuff. Classic magic right there. Yeah, I mean, I'm worried about them top decking Chalice and like, I don't know. There's not much I can do about that, I don't think. So any land there puts me to 4, which takes me out of double Street Wraith range. Yeah. That brainstorm was really bad. I used up all my good brainstorm luck in the first, or the previous game, I mean. I think the hardest part of this deck for me is going to be mulliganing and stuff, because I'm just not used to playing with Force of Will. And so, like, figuring out what hands are good and what cards to pitch to Force and stuff is not my forte. Okay. That's too bad. Here we go. Trying again. Looking better. Oh boy. I would like to respond. Alright, well, this hand looks fine. It's got stuff. Got stuff to do. Alright. I'm just going to start off with this. Another Preordain. I think I can bottom the Verdant. I'll find more lands. So this looks like it's probably the Jeskai Breach. Be my guess. Not really what I wanted to see. I'm just going to pass. Obviously I can't pitch that to Force of Will, because it's just the 1 in my deck. But I think I'm going to hold up Impulse, because it'll dig me a little farther than Preordain will. And I can, let's say, grab a Trop here, and Impulse. It's possible this gets countered. Okay. Okay. We're getting somewhere here. I'm going to grab a Doomsday. The order of these isn't going to matter a whole hell of a lot. I'll shuffle again before I ever get to the bottom of my deck. This is kind of an awkward spot. I can make a pass a turn pile with double Veil backup. I mean, with Veil plus Force of Will backup. Or I could wait another turn to try to have the Oracle in my hand is really awkward right now, though. Maybe I'm supposed to do a pass turn pile and put a Brainstorm on top. I just don't know. I'm going to Preordain. I don't feel like I'm supposed to go off there. This deck is like sketchy to play against because they have so many ways to interact between Silence and their own counter magic and Brain Freeze. Makes it very tough. I did take away my only blue spell. Predict is interesting. And it definitely looks like Breach with the Bolt. They're not going for it yet either. Okay. I mean, I guess I have to try it now, I feel like. Their hand's probably fucking chock full of horse shit. I can see this just getting silenced. Hopefully they silence now, because if they do, I'm not going to fight over it. Because I wasn't going to try to kill this turn anyway. Alright, let's see. My life total probably doesn't matter much. I need to be able to empty my library so that if they have a way to remove the Oracle, I can still win. I have double Veil plus Force of Will up. I think there's going to be Street Wraiths involved. Is there no oh, there's the Unearth. I just couldn't see it for some reason. I think I'm going to do like this. Put the Unearth on the bottom just in case I get an opportunity to use it. Seems a little unlikely, but... So, Unearth on the bottom, then Petal, Edge of Autumn, Street Wraith, Street Wraith. We'll just try that. Having the Oracle in hand is a little awkward right now. They're bolting me or something? Predicting, targeting themselves, okay. That's fine. Trying to draw a lot of cards. Alright, something's happening. suppose I'm supposed to fight over this breach, right? Now they're brain freezing me, of course. I have another Veil, and they have Spell Pierce. So that's game. And that's why going for past turn piles against this deck is exceedingly dangerous. Okay, so the big brain play of putting Emrakul in your deck, just to beat that brain freeze, is an option. Here are cards that I'm considering in this matchup. Basically my whole goddamn sideboard. All of those are options. Probably I cannot play Decay. I can probably get away without Decay. So let's cut Decay. I think I want the City of Solitude. The Flusterstorm seem pretty reasonable. The big brain play, I think, is questionable. I think it's just not gonna, like, realistically, it's not gonna do all that much for you. It'd stop those kinds of, like, mini brain freezes, but realistically, I shouldn't be trying to win the game with a pass a turn pile, opening myself up to that. So I also think Tormod's Crypt is a little questionable, just because it, you think the Witch is good? I guess Witch is okay. Yeah, you're probably right. Witch probably is fine. I need to decide quick. I feel like the Tormod's Crypt is not actually going to be that strong because I don't know. It's just not that good in this matchup, and this deck doesn't go off fast enough to like really make use of it. I'm gonna cut the Impulse. I need to make some cuts, so I think I'm gonna cut Sylvan Library as well. It's not super fast. Cut Writs and Doomsdays. I'm really hesitant to cut Doomsdays, although I guess if I'm trying to win with the Witch, I can. I do feel fairly comfortable cutting some Writs. Let's try that. Like, the deck is just so business-light that I'm hesitant to cut any, but ugh, I really gotta. I don't want this shit in my hand. This hand's not super good anyway, so I have to mull. Oh my god. Alright, I mean, I'm gonna keep this. I'm not gonna. I can bottom the Oracle, but that Unearth is fucking dog shit. This hand is really bad. Oh my god, and I almost clicked through my turn. That's a really good draw. shoot that off right now. Ooh, found a witch. I almost want to hold on to the Unearth because I found the witch. Like, I feel like I want to put back the Doomsday. Let me do that. The problem here is that I really have no defense against. Yeah, predict value would be real good. But I'm probably going to predict my own Doomsday away. But I suppose I can. Like, I'm not going to be able to cast the Witch this turn if I do that, so I probably can just pass the turn and do that end step, or get the Enlightened Tutor value if they decide to use it. Just had to text the wife. Okay. I definitely think that, yeah, maybe you're right, Hula, that Doomsday is just really bad in this matchup because it means that they can basically sit on silences and brain freezes forever. I'm really hesitant to like play any kind of piercing it. That's fine. See, like, I don't really care about this because I didn't really want to draw that Doomsday anyway. And so, like, just shuffling is fine. There's a Doomsday. I'll just play the Witch. Witch resolves. And now here they probably just go off and kill me. And I have nothing to do with. I just had nothing the whole time. Alright. I'm just going to concede. I'm not going to make them do anything here. Well, I gotta say, I've been pretty unimpressed with this deck so far. Obviously, I've played now a total of 3 matches with it, so it's a little early to pass a judgment, but it's felt pretty clunky. I mean, against the deck with the chalices and stuff, Force of Will is nice, but I feel like that seems like it's the only matchup, besides maybe something like Belcher, where you really gain a lot of percentage points over a more Storm-like build. I don't know. I mean, like I've said, this style of play is not really my thing either. I'm not super into it, so I'm trying not to let that cloud my judgment too much. This hand seems okay. But yeah, I haven't been very impressed by this list so far. Let's see. I think I'm gonna Thoughtseize first, and I'm gonna fetch basics so that I'm not caught out too bad by a Wasteland deck. And right now I can cast all my spells off and stuff off basics, so alright, let's see. Decay, Eternal Witness, Miri's Guile, Hex Drinker. So this is just some kind of green-black bullshit sort of deck, it looks like. I guess I take the Thoughtseize. So play Miri's Guile, of course. I'll just pass turn. I'll probably end step Impulse. Fetch a basic. Although, there's some incentive for me to fetch another black source, because if I find a Doomsday off the Impulse, or like Dark Writ on, or Doomsday on the draw, and then the other one with Preordain, you know, there's some combination of cards I can get that'll just win me the game on turn 3. In which case, I probably want to kind of aim for that. Yeah, no Wasteland. I do think I'm going to grab a black mana source with this Misty. Oh, looks like it's just Jund. Just some Jund action. So there's a Bob. Yeah, so I definitely am incentivized here, I think, to just try and get a quick win. So grab an Underground Sea, and I'll Impulse. And hopefully I can find something that'll move me towards a win for next turn. None of those cards really do it. I guess if I had to pick one of these to draw, it's probably going to be that... Probably that Brainstorm, actually. What was the rest of the stuff in their hand? Yeah, I think I want the Brainstorm. Force Will seems pretty lackluster here. There's another cantrip. Alright, let's Brainstorm. Dark Red Doomsday. There's a Dark Red. I think I can put back the Swamp, probably. Crack this, fetch a basic island here. And if I can find a Doomsday off this, I still get the win. Nope. Nope. Alright, pass turn. And this is kind of what I was talking about, like where the deck is so business-light. Obviously, with only 4 real business spells in the deck, I looked at, what was that, 10 cards? I'm just going to do some quick maths. I'm going to yield through this turn, so I can do that. Hypergeometric calculator. So this is going to be some rough math. Alright, that's actually not that bad of a play right now. I don't really mind that, because I'm comfortable discarding this land. And then I'll be able to see a few more cards for the Misty. I mean, for the having a few more looks at Doomsday for next turn. But this Lily is going to put me under pretty quick if I can't find anything. There we go. Alright. So let's hold off on the math until... I think I just need to shit talk the deck more, and then it'll work. That seems to be the pattern here. So I have the Preordain, so I can use that to draw an extra card. So if I draw like a Lotus Petal, Preordain and the Lotus Petal, Stray Wraith into Predict, Mill, X. Maybe I'll use my graveyard. Actually, that could be good. Use the graveyard and make it seem like Unearth is like the card I need. So Predict, Unearth, Thassa's Oracle, Lotus Petal, something else. Throw another Street Wraith in. Alright. And then I will play, I'll cantrip into Street Wraith, or I'll cantrip into Predict, mill Thassa's Oracle, so Predict Thassa's Oracle, and then I'll draw like Lotus Petal, Unearth, Street Wraith. Well, it's too late for the Thoughtseize, but you're right that I did have a little bit of extra mana to work with, so I probably could have gone for that. That would be a better pile here. But we won't get too fancy here. Lotus Petal, Unearth, Street Wraith, Thassa's Oracle, Predict, and then I'll play my LED, hold priority, cycle. I guess I don't really need to hold priority here, but I did. I'm gonna crack that for blue. Actually, I think I do because I need the black mana maybe. Predict myself. Name Thassa's Oracle. I'm so bad at these piles. I don't have a ton of practice with them. And then Street Wraith again, just to be safe. Play the Lotus Petal, Unearth, not cycling. Cast Unearth, targeting my Thassa's Oracle. Okay. Hopefully they'll be tricked into using the graveyard. So what I was getting at before was the Echo list that I'd normally play has 10 real business spells in the deck versus this one's 4. And so in those first 2-3 turns there, I saw my opening hand of 7, and then another 7 cards, something like that. So let's just say the sample size is 14. You only need to see one of those business spells. The probability with 10 business spells in the deck that you see something in those first 2 turns of your hand and then cantripping is 94% versus only 4 business spells, 66%. So I don't know. I'm just not a fan of playing so few business spells. But anyway, let's see. I'm assuming they're going to have some sort of permanent-based bullshit that I need to deal with. I think I'm going to trim some forces. They're going to be poor in this matchup. And likewise with Thoughtseize, I think it's just not super good here. Well, I don't know if I'm supposed to bring the witches in. Let's try that. It's kind of all over the place. I also I feel like this deck the sideboarding doesn't map very well either. I think I keep this. But I'm also, I don't know how to sideboard very well with this deck. I'm not used to siding with Force of Will decks, so again, I don't want to pass judgment too quickly when we're still in. I can still count the number of matches I played with the deck on one hand, but all of the reasons that I've not played it yet are coming up. Just gonna hold up Brainstorm here. I really don't want my Thassa's Oracle to get taken from me because there's only the one in the deck. I possibly should have played out the LED here. I feel like this smells like a hymn. I don't think you keep a hand with no one mana play unless it has him or Bob. So that kind of explains it. Veil of Summer is a good draw. Let's see. We'll just brainstorm here. I gotta put the Oracle back in the deck. Pretty good draws this time, so that's always nice. Let's do that. I'll pass turn. We're at the point where, yeah, I mean, that's true, but especially after that brainstorm, I think I'm less inclined to keep the Oracle in hand, and I'm still worried about discard is the thing. So if they discard the Oracle, then the Witch is turned off. So I suppose that's some incentive to play a second Oracle if you think you're going to be using the Witch frequently. Liliana, maybe. Gaddock Teague for X equals 2. I don't think I care about that. Like, they might get a Collector Oof or something. Oof for Teague. Yeah. But I don't think that's gonna make a lot of difference to me here. I'll grab the Swamp. I'm still playing around Wasteland, even though I don't know if I've even seen it. I can't remember if I saw it in Game 1. Another Veil, huh? I think I'm just going to play the Witch. Another Green Sun Zenith. There's the Wasteland. It's a good thing I've been playing around it. Probably this is a Decay. Plague Engineer. Plague Engineer on Witch. Or Human Spell Shaper. Hopefully they'll put it on Human and kill their Bob. Yeah, nothing, no reason to do anything about that. They did, oh no, it doesn't, it's just my creatures. Stupid fucking asymmetric cards. What a load of horse shit. This is power creep. Power creep at its finest. Yeah, you're probably right. It's probably worth it to cycle a Veil. The thing is, I'm going to lose the green mana to the Wasteland, and I'll lose my fetch land as well for the Brainstorm. I might... Library's not going to be much good to me right now. I might hold on to it. I can cycle a Veil next turn, probably. Or I can... Oh no, I can't kill them because of the Collector Oof. Let's put back Library, put back a Veil. Actually, can I kill them? I have a land drop. If I go Dark Writ, Street Wraith, this puts me to 12. Street Wraith will put me down to... Street Wraith will put me down to 4. Another Street Wraith to 2. Edge of Autumn to... Yeah, I think I can just kill him. Yeah, exactly. So they probably activate Wasteland here, but I'm just going to grab the other basic island. I'm going to float blue, just so I don't use it by mistake right now. Don't use that for black, I mean. Just going to go for the kill here. Cast the Doomsday. They could still have like a Mindbreak Trap or surgical extractions that could fuck me up, but where is it? Thassa's Oracle, Street Wraith, Edge of Autumn, XX. Let's put the Force Wills on the bottom, I guess. Force of Will, Oracle, Edge of Autumn, Street Wraith, Cycle Wraith. Cycle Wraith. Here's where I get Fire Blasted or something. Cycle Edge of Autumn. Thassa's Oracle. Alright. We got there. That's nice. That seems like the kind of deck that like I should beat up on. Although I feel like the deck in match 1 was also a deck that I should beat up on. But I did draw pretty poorly in that match. So maybe we can salvage the 3-2 out of this if I can pick up 2 more matches. And depending on what happens, perhaps I'll play a match or 2 with Echo as a palate cleanser. Play a little Keeper Mull with the Echo list. I don't actually have a Thassa's Oracle yet, so there's still a Tendrils in this list. But alright. I think I would keep this. So you can see that hand. What's this? What's going on here? Land, cantrips, Doomsday's mana. Like, I think you keep that. Just lead off with a Ponder. Like, it's a little fragile, but there's a lot of draws that will make something of that very quickly. So, and if you hit like Land Darkrit, it's a turn 2 kill. If you hit an Echo, it's potentially a turn 1 if you're really feeling it. If you're feeling lucky. Alright, we got a match. One more Keeper Mull. This one, I think, is a keep again. Brainstorm's a powerful card. You got a lot of Cabal Writs, which aren't great, so it's a little borderline. But I don't think you can reasonably throw that one back. Alright. I won the roll, and again, this hand looks perfectly serviceable. Though not thrilling, but functional, so I will keep. They're all in white for you. Yeah, where are the black border cards? Gotta go find the black border cards. The lands maybe are forgivable for being white border, just because black border duels are expensive. But, I mean, so are white border duels at this point. Alright. Doesn't seem to me like there's any reason to do anything other than... Okay. We're going to hide the Doomsday on top. If they have a Thoughtseize or something, they're just going to take the Dark Red anyway, I would think. But if they play like land, like Plains Aether Vial or something, I just kill next turn. What's up, 8-Bit? Oh, they're doing it. Plains Aether Vial. It's just like I said. Calling a lot of shots today. Um, all right, so that's good. It's nice to just get them sometimes. So this should be a pretty straightforward kind of double cantrip kill. Dark Rit, Doomsday, Pile, LED. I could just alter all of my. I could Sharpie in the borders on all of my revised duels for the ultimate meme power. Alright. Dark Rit Doomsday. The Esper Vial deck doesn't play a basic planes, does it? So I wouldn't want to get my shit forced right now. But anyway, so we want Lion's Eye Diamond, we want Predict, we'll want a random card. And then a Lotus Petal and the Oracle. That's true. Or I could oh my god, I could forget black border. I could do like a red border. Get a red Sharpie or a red crayon. Color them in. Okay. So first card to draw is Lion's Eye Diamond. So these ones go on the bottom. Then Street Wraith, Predict, Lion's Eye Diamond. Ponder. Hold priority. Cycle the old Edge of Autumn. Crack for blue. Predict myself. Naming Street Wraith. Interestingly here, I actually could win even if I predicted them by mistake somehow. Because I would just draw the Street Wraith and then... Oh no, the Oracle's on the bottom. If I put the Oracle above the Lotus Petal, I would still win. But anyway, I didn't predict them by mistake. So, that's fine. Street Wraith. They did. Alright, so this should be pretty easy sideboarding. I cut the Veils. I bring in Abrupt Decays and Fatal Pushes. And I can probably cut the Library for the Massacre as well. I don't think I'll be needing... I'm not going to really need the grindy card that costs a lot of life against the taxing aggro deck. So, that matchup at least maps pretty well. I can think about how other matchups will work. I want to keep the Force of Wills in, obviously, so I can like force Thalia or whatever. Even against the Vile deck, like that's not... I need to keep shit off the table, so the Force of Wills are a lot higher value. Which, over Thoughtseize... So, this is interesting. I feel like Witch has been a consideration in the main... Or has been a consideration for sideboarding in so many matchups that I almost feel like it should just be in the main deck. And then, you should play 2 Oracles in the main, play Witches as extra business spells. I do think I like Thoughtseize in this matchup, though. Matchups like this are actually what made me go up to 4 Thoughtseize, 3 Veil, instead of 4 Veil, 3 Thoughtseize in Echo. because like having a turn 1 interactive spell that you can, like a proactive interactive spell, is nice. This hand's a little funky, and now it's looking kind of bad, to be perfectly honest. But right, yeah, exactly. I'm gonna play out my Lotus Petal. I'm gonna play out. That might be an option, yeah, is to put the one witch in the main deck. I mean, I had one witch in the main deck when I was building the list, but I swapped it out for an impulse. Like, I wish I had that Force of Will, but if I take Brainstorm and then I Brainstorm off the pedal and hope to draw like another blue spell as next card down to go with it to force whatever they cast, I just don't think that's a winning line. But the problem, okay, drawing the second decay is actually pretty good, because the problem is that they can use Mother Runes to protect whatever Thalia or whatever they play. So I'll need 2 removal spells to be able to get rid of it. But yeah, this hand's not really coming together. Presumably this is Thalia. Yep. Okay. Might be getting to Cycle Unearth range here. I just, like, it's really awkward that the Witch seems to be the best alternate win con. Because I think it's kind of shitty. But, like, it's cool. It's a funny card, but it's not. Like, it's not great. It's not really what I'd want to be doing if I had better options. You could play something like Bitter Blossom to try and have a win con against some of the grindier decks. I'm flooding out really hard here. So they're probably going to port my island, but they might think about porting the swamp. I don't know. I think porting the swamp makes sense, actually, if they know that I'm going after. They know that I want to be using Abrupt Decay, but there's a Doomsday. We're getting closer. Alright, so I'm going to fetch my second basic swamp here and use the Lotus Petal to make green, and then next turn I have the Bayou in hand to be able to use the second Abrupt Decay. You know, actually, you might be right about that. Yeah, I probably jumped the gun. Like, that's another thing, is I do need to change the way I think a little bit if I'm playing this deck. My typical mode of thinking is that it's going to be very difficult to combo off if Thalia is on the table. But this deck, really, now that Oracle is available, both lists, probably Echo and this deck, have a much higher probability of being able to go off through those kinds of things. So I probably could have held on to the decay, but now I'm kind of thinking it does make sense to just get it off the table though. Since I spent the Lotus Petal. And now I have the predict. I'll only have to make a past 1 turn pile, so I can try and make the pile for next turn, and hopefully get there. They got another Thalia or something here. Another Thalia. Okay. That's fine. I think I can actually, because of how this is working out now, I can make a Doomsday pile, a pass turn pile, and then I can put a Massacre on top and still be able to win because I drew the predict. So it's kind of lucky. But, oh, and the Street Wraith too. Alright, let's see. So one thing I want to consider is the possibility of a Deafening Silence next turn. Does Deafening Silence only stop non-creature spells? Yeah, okay. So if I put a Massacre on top, and then that's a fair point. The fact that I have the Street Wraith is nice, because I can put like a Lotus Petal, so I can do Massacre, Lotus Petal, and then actually, maybe there's a better way to do this. If I put a land in my pile, let me think about this, because that is a fair point about the land plus or the port plus wasteland. So maybe I don't even want to Massacre. Like, I'm at 13 now. I'm going to drop down to 6. They're going to do 3 damage to me at most. If I drew LED and then I just go Street Wraith, because like this can beat. I don't even need the Massacre. This can beat what they've got, and port plus wasteland. And it can beat a Deafening Silence too. So like, being able to beat Thalia, Port, Wasteland, Deafening Silence seems okay to me. It beats Ethersworn Canonist. One thing it doesn't beat is like Sanctum Prelate on 2. But I probably wasn't going to beat that anyway. I guess I would need to find my Massacre to be able to beat the Sanctum Prelate on 2. Okay, so they've got Karakas for Thalia up. They have multiple ways to protect the Thalia, but I mean, if they Karakas the Thalia back, I'm gonna die anyway. Yeah, so they've determined that just swinging in with everything is the way to go. Hope I died a gut shot. That'd be fucking swell. That's fine. Draw for turn. Play out my LED. Cycle Street Wraith. Make blue. They might have a surgical or something. I could see there being a surgical extraction here that fucks me up. But I wasn't really going to play around that anyway. Unless I like predicted there. And then responded with Street Wraith. But that's pretty sketch. So I don't think there's anything to get around. Oh, interesting. They have Fairy Macabre. Okay, that's fine. Alright, hopefully there's no path. Or path or plow. Looks good. Alright. See if we can pick up one more win and get the classic DDFT guy 3-2. Here's an interesting one. You can see that. Predict Echo, Thoughtseize, Darkrit, Island, Burning Wish, Petal. That actually is a really interesting hand. I might post this one on the Discord. Yeah, I think I can keep this. Alright, I am definitely going to be Thoughtseizing on turn 1. Probably going to use a basic swamp, just in case. Ooh. Okay, so it's Omnital. Interesting. Oh wow, no blue mana. What's up, Eldorte? You come back? You're back now? Is that? I am 2-2 right now, and hopefully going to pick up that last one. This is an interesting situation. Do I slam the library? Or do I, and hope they don't have blue mana for another turn, or do I hold up Veil? You think I ponder? I feel like what am I pondering to? Doomsday is maybe the only spell I can. They're on Omnital. Veil would stop an Intuition. Veil would protect my library next turn. those are the only things I really see it doing. I'm kind of inclined to just slam the library, personally. Like, I feel like that has a much higher long-term upside, because my life total isn't really going to matter in this matchup, so I can draw very aggressively with it. And then hanging on to the Ponder will give me a way to draw into a Doomsday pile if I find one. I think I'm leaning towards Library. Like, I feel like, I don't know, Library feels like the playing to win play. And I just really don't know what Ponder is going to find me at this point. Because, like, even if I guess finding a Thoughtseize is okay. But there's only one of them left in my deck. Finding a Doomsday, I could cast Doomsday, but I'm just going to run it into Counter Magic, most likely. I mean, realistically, I think the library is going to get run into Counter Magic too, but if it resolves, I think it's going to be hot. I'm doing it. Depending on the makeup of their hand, they might not be able to force this without pitching a combo piece too. So like a hand, it looks like they had a risky keep, which probably means either they had the whole combo with interaction, but no blue mana, or they had, like, I don't know. I don't think they keep this hand. Okay, so library resolved. I don't think they keep that hand unless they have show and tell in it, and they're just looking for a blue mana, and that probably means unless they have show and tell and counter magic backup. So if they find a blue mana, they show and tell, I can put the Bayou in, and I can have Veil up for if they do try to play like an Intuition or something. Doesn't look like they found their blue mana though, so that's good. I think I'm just gonna draw. I'm gonna draw it all. The beginning of my library. The beginning of my draw step. Do the library thing. Yes, I will. Well, then there's no reason to draw all of that when I have a fetch lands. So I'm gonna ponder now. I'm gonna keep holding up the Trop. I think I'm just gonna shuffle this because there's no other blue card to go with that force. I just don't really. I ain't seeing it. Not seeing the need for it. This is interesting. I am 2-2 right now, so I'm trying to pick up that third win. But I'm definitely in a bit of an awkward spot here. I am the king of 3 and 2. It's been said by me. Overall, my opinion is that it feels kind of clunky, and so there's the show and tell. That's fine. I guess I'm going to put in the Bayou. They have Omniscience, so hopefully they're going to cast an Intuition and they won't have any counter magic. No, they just have an Emrakul. I think I just concede here. Actually, they've seen very, very little of my deck right now, right? Alright, this is a matchup for Sheldock Isle and Emrakul. For sure. And I want the Flusterstorms as well. Um, Unearth I can probably cut. I almost feel like if you don't need this card in the deck at all in the first place, because they're very, like, it adds a little bit of resilience to piles where you can make a pile where you play Oracle and then if it gets countered the next turn you can draw Unearth. But I think you get the same thing by playing another Oracle and then you can play Witches potentially in the main deck. I don't know. Unearth feels like there's just not that many situations where I really need it. I'm going to cut one of the Lotus Petals and one of the LEDs. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm feeling like. Like I used it in piles to once or twice, but I never had to. I used it in the last match, I think, to like feign Graveyard Reliance in game one, and then not actually be Graveyard Reliant for the next game. Like little shit like that doesn't matter. One more cut. City of Solitude is a fine card to bring in here as well, but I'm not sure that I really need it. Unearth. I don't know. It doesn't seem like there's any, like, barring a rare situation where you have like two. Yeah, I don't know. I can't think of a situation where you. Like that's the only reason. I don't know. That's the only reason it stays in the deck. Like that's the only thing that made it feel good is if you can fake some Graveyard Reliance and then people keep god awful hands against you. I need to make a cut. I think I can cut a Dark Red actually. So I cut extra mana here basically for Flusterstorms and something else. Oh, and Shelduck Isle Emrakul pile, which looking awful right now. I probably could have cut a land. I think I'm gonna keep this. Keep it for the memes. Go for some meme magic here. Like this hand isn't straight up awful. I just think it leaves a little something to be desired. Exactly. You understand. You know what it's like. You know what the game is. Alright, definitely want that Flusterstorm. That's a good draw. So I'm basically going to try and play like a control role here. Right? It's the mirror match. I also think I'm playing 18 lands in this deck, but I think you could get away with 17. I'm not sure you really need 18 lands. It just feels like a lot. So they're probably brainstorming here. I'm kind of tempted to Flusterstorm this, but I'm not gonna. Eight-bit and El Dorte. I don't think you were here when I brought this up. I'm doing some keeper moles with the Echo deck. If you can see that, it's Thoughtseize, Dark Grit, Echo, Predict, Burning Wish, Lotus Petal, Island. Would you keep that? I'm really on the fence about it, and I think I'm going to put it up in the Discord because I think it's a really interesting hand. I don't know why I'm cracking this now. I lost track of what I was doing. interesting that they cracked their fetch in response, though. That's kind of funny. This is fine. Oh, they have another brainstorm. Yeah, I think the biggest issue with it is the fact that the only mana source is that basic island. If there was an underground sea, I would easily keep that, I think. Or if the Lotus Petal was another land, I would 100% keep it. Like, you could YOLO the Echo on turn 1, Dark Writ, Thoughtseize yourself, and Echo, but that's pretty loose. Alright, I'm gonna Impulse here. I drew a Force. Although I think the Thoughtseize is actually the better draw. The thing is, like, none of this is business. Oh, what the fuck? Oh my god. Oh my god. Can I undo? I thought that was a... I was thinking it was like a Ponder. I'm gonna break that curse by getting a 2-3 instead of a 3-2. Jesus Christ. I'm gonna hardcast this motherfucker. You'll never see it coming. I'm only like 9 mana away. So here's the show and tell. And I actually am going to crack this. I'm going to Dark Writ in response so that the Flusterstorm is actually stops. Actually stops him. They probably have a Veil here, but that's fine. Shit happens. This seems like another tough matchup in a similar vein to the Breach decks, where they have a ton of interaction and a fast combo, like a fast kind of resilient combo. So here I will slam my fucking Emrakul in. I can't target them, so they'll just target themselves and shit. Here it comes. So they're activating Sneak Attack. We'll see what they have. Their own Emrakul. That's unfortunate. I'm gonna cycle my Veil of Summer. Yeah, so they're like just rug sneak and show, not like an Omnitel. But the same principle more or less applies here. I'm just gonna concede. I'm not. I'm gonna go to 1 and lose all my permanents. So, well, that's kind of what I was saying. Is like I think I'm playing 18 lands, but I think that you can play. Um, I think you can play. Should have veiled in response to their veil. You could have drawn the second. Oh, that's a good. Wait, it could have drawn the second fluster. Oh, I see what you're saying. In case I top deck the second fluster storm. That's a fair point. What's up? You came just in time to see that I 2-3 this league. Um, so yeah, let's see. The this first match was. I'm probably gonna play a match or two of Echo. I don't think I'm gonna jump into a league, but I might do like a 2-person queue or something. Um, but with my new 50 play points. Yeah, so this match was okay. I had one point where I think in game 3, I had a point where I really needed to brainstorm to find another land, and I didn't find another land. And so I lost because of that. This one was against the fuck's it called, Underworld Breach deck, which was just a massacre. And then I beat, fuck, I don't even remember what this was. Some kind of Chalice deck, I think. Let me jump through here. Oh yeah, that's right. It was just Jund. So I walked all over Jund. Um, and and then I beat D&T. So like I don't know, it's like the non-blue decks were fine. You can win through a reasonable amount of hate with the predict Street Wraith, Thassa's Oracle type of setup, but like the Echo deck can play that too. Um, it just didn't feel like you gained anything in the fast blue combo deck matchups. I mean, I don't know that you lost anything either. Those matchups are hard, but I don't know. It's hard to say. I've only played like 6 matches now total with it, but let's see if I can get something going in the 2-player queue. Oh, Hula Hula. Do you want your cards back? Um, I don't think I'm going to be playing Mean Deck right now, so I will happily return you your cards. So you gave me, it was 4 witches, 4 witches, 4 force. Let me see here. How the fuck does this work? Yep, 4 witches, 4 force, 2 misty, 1 verdant. That's right. Okay. Are we buddies? No. That's a problem. Gotta resolve that one. How the fuck do you... I don't even know how to use Magic Online. Is that you? Looks like it. I hope there's not another Hula Hula. Alright, let's see. So you... Yep, those are the ones. Need your Misty too. There we go. Alright. That looks right to me. I don't know if you care about... I don't think there's any different versions or anything of like the Misties, but I clicked submit. I don't know if my shit's all frozen up now. Yeah, my shit's all frozen up. Hula Hula. I'm gonna have to fucking quit out of Magic Online again. Usually it doesn't. Oh, maybe it's working. Confirm. I'd like to at least get this trade done before I had to restart. Great. Looks like it worked. Okay. Yeah, no problem. Thank you for lending me the cards. Alright, I'm gonna kill Magic Online. I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna play. At least play another. Oh wait, it seems like it's running fine now. Why do you do that to me? Okay. I'm just gonna play in the practice room. Because I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna play another match or two with Echo. To cleanse the old palate, and then we'll. Oh, I wanted to set those 7 aside, and then we'll. Then I'll probably call it a day. What I want to do is I want to draw hands with business like that. That's what we need. LED and Echo. That's a hand. That's a fucking hand. I'm gonna ponder first. Ooh, a brainstorm too. My lucky day. Probably grab my basic island here. And ponder. Burning Wish is actually a pretty good draw. I think I'm gonna draw the Wish. Actually, I don't think I want the second Wish. Is it not gonna let me undo? No? Okay, whatever. The reason I want to grab a Wish is because if they're playing like a Delver type strategy, having access to the access to empty the warrens is potentially pretty strong. So hopefully they don't just go Ancient Tomb, kill me. That would be bad. Okay. They're not doing anything, but that makes it smell a bit less like a Delver strategy. I'm going to brainstorm here. I'm only going to see 2 new cards, but I need to see some new cards. And I want to use this fetch so I can get a swamp for the Thoughtseize. Okay. So I'll put back the Oracle. I'll put back a Burning Wish. Crack this, grab basic swamp. If they don't stifle or something. Hopefully they're not holding up a Veil. I think I'd rather run this Thoughtseize into a Daze than into a Veil. Okay. Force of Will at Force of Negation. So I'm going to take the Force of Negation since they can cast that, hard cast that. And then next turn, next turn I can cantrip. I can cast a Brainstorm. But Burning Wish for a... Actually, am I playing Cabal Therapy in my sideboard right now? I'm not. Oh yeah, I am. There it is. Okay. So Burning Wish for a Therapy is potential. Hopefully this isn't a fucking Leovold or something. That would be pretty rough right now. Nope. Yes, it ain't. Narset could be, though. Ugh. That's pretty brutal, actually. And they grabbed a Brainstorm to go with that Force of Will too. That's really rough. So Narset, cards like Narset is one of the biggest weaknesses of this deck, unfortunately. Because it makes the Doomsday plan really difficult, and it makes the Echo plan impossible. I think I'm just going to play the... I don't think I do, but they have Force and a blue card in their hand, so I wouldn't be able to get it off the table anyway. I'm kind of at the point where I think my best plan is going to be to draw a discard or a veil and try to make goblins. I'm almost tempted to cast this Brainstorm right now. I know it sounds weird, but like the Echo's not doing anything for me, and so drawing one card and then putting back an extra land and the Echo is actually seems okay. Yeah. I think I like it, even though it's like weird, just because I have so much chaff in my hand right now. Drawing another Burning Wish here is okay as well, because it means that I can use it to wish for Cabal Therapy. Oh boy, I drew another Burning Wish. That's fun. So they're going to Brainstorm here. Yeah, it's going to be tough for me to wriggle out from under this, kind of no matter what. So they went ahead and forced that, which is interesting. I'm a little surprised by that. Force pitching Ice Fang Coddle. So I probably still Burning Wish next turn again. Okay. It's interesting that they go for the Force Negation. But like I said, I'm probably still Burning Wishing again here. There's a Ponder. The Cabal Writ's a pretty good draw too, just because it's extra mana. So this is just going to get forced. Yep. Okay. Next turn, the best draw, of course, would be actually a discard spell or a veil. I mean, I guess I'm going for it, right? Probably just getting fucked, but whatever. Because, like, probably they can have Terminus even if they don't counter this. Yeah, there's the Force. Okay. Force pitching Force. That's cute. Sending a message. Alright, well, the Narset really blew me away there. Unfortunately. How do I want to side here? I don't want to cut too much. Actually, maybe I just leave that in the board. And then I can cut like one Cabal Writ and maybe a Burning Wish. I'll try that. I don't know about this one. The hand's not that great. I think I would have been in great shape in that game if they didn't have Narset. But obviously, you know, they did. And that's the card that they correctly decided to hide. That was a good draw. Definitely the kind of draw that I needed here. Let's see if they just Windmill Slam Counterbalance. No. Astrolabe. So I probably don't need all of these rituals, which means that I think I can... Or not. Okay, I guess I think I can just decay that Deafening Silence right now. There's no reason to open myself up to getting veiled and not being able to beat the Deafening Silence. So no reason to wait is what I'm saying. Brainstorm. Guess I just passed turn. This matchup can be kind of tough if your draws don't line up. Like if your draws aren't great, if they're a little on the wonky side, like I'm drawing a lot of mana here, and a lot of interaction, but no business spells. So like you want to be trying to go off fairly early, and if you can't find business quickly, it can be a little hard to punch through. But like my hand's not awful by any stretch. It's just kind of missing a little something right now. Guess I'll grab the Underground Sea. I'm kind of ignoring any potential back to basics action right now. Say, just let me Thoughtseize. This is interesting. I feel like I want to take the Brainstorm. No, that must not be right. There's no way that's right. I'm supposed to take the Force Will. Although they're probably going to Brainstorm End Step and then play Jace, would be my guess. If they do that... Oh, Interesting choice of not brainstorming. They just running out the Snapcaster for a clock. That doesn't seem good either when they can get value out of it. Yeah, seems like they messed up a little bit there. Astrolabe. So that was their draw for the turn. It's interesting that they're not going to end up playing a Jace here. Did they not have... No, they had land for it. I guess they'll brainstorm and then... I don't know. I mean, they'll be brainstorming if I try to cast any spells, but... I feel like I basically stole a turn there. Ponder. Okay, I'll ponder. I'm trying to hang on to this brainstorm as long as possible. Those were good draws. I'm going to wait another turn. Because I think if I draw the Doomsday, that'll be a good like bait spell of sorts. I think there's a lot of potential here. So they're just going to play the Jace. It's interesting that they just slammed the Jace here. They must have drawn a force or something. They have a land drop, I suppose. I'm sorry, what? All right, that's one of the risks of playing in the practice room. Like a little fuck up with the fetch land is something like a couple turns before that is something that like even the best players will do if they're not paying super attention. But like, but that was something else. That was really impressive. So hopefully we'll get one more game in here. I'm gonna post this Keeper Mall on the Discord because I forgot to do that. Yeah, the Keeper Mall channel here somewhere, right? Yep. All right. I figure that person who just left the match with me doesn't want to face me again. probably really out of tune. I haven't played this one in a while. Could be worse. Great. So I lost the roll. This hand looks fine. I mean, I can do a, I'm going to keep it. I can do a turn 2 kill with this. I can make a pass turn pile. If I draw a Lotus Petal or a Dark Writ, I can do a turn 2 kill without doing a pass turn pile. So depending on what their turn 1 play is will inform how I proceed. But I do think this hand is worth keeping regardless. Alright, so I probably won't just be jamming. I'll just play a land and pass. Looking for a little interaction, hopefully. Make my life a little easier. Well, that's interesting. So this is probably Miracles again, and they just drew their Arkham's Astrolabe. Would be my guess. There's a Street Wraith. That's a good draw. So I'm really just looking for a piece of interaction or something. Another Astrolabe. Making blue. Okay, so they're brainstorming now. Yeah, this is pretty out of tune. That G string's all fucky. Yikes. The rest of it's probably all out of tune too, but this could be worse. I guess it's just that one. Closer. Alright, I think I'm going to crack one of these now. Just to thin the old deck out a bit. Grab it on the ground C. I'm pretty close to like where I would consider trying to jam. Ugh, drawing all these Doomsdays ain't cute. So now I have all of the Doomsdays in my deck in hand. If I draw another Writ or another black mana source, I would consider just jamming them to try and eat up some counter with magic. But for now, I'm not really going to do anything. That's better. I'll focus on my game though. Here's an Narset. Oh no, Teferi. That's not so bad. A little annoying, but not so bad. they running low on basic lands or something? Oh, interesting. They're gonna recast. I'm really surprised they didn't get a basic island though. But just trying to draw more cards. Alright. Is it weird to say I want to draw a land here? Like, obviously the best draw would be a Veil or a Thoughtseize or something, but that's okay. I can live with the Burning Wish. Alright, I'm going to play out the Lineside Diamond now. Even though they probably bounce this, or they may bounce it, I don't want to have to discard. So I could discard a Doomsday, but like I feel like there's a lot more. Like I don't want to give anything away just yet. Excuse me. It's gross. I'm gross. So this is Jace? Yeah. That's fine. And they are not activating it? Cast sorcery spells as though they had flash. Yeah, you're just plussing the Teferi. You draw a card. No, wait. Okay, now they're plussing the Jace. That was strange. But okay. I've been thinking about testing Pyroblast in my sideboard again. Maybe in the Flusterstorm slots. They have a lot of cross-deck applicability. They're trying super hard. So this is really interesting that they've tapped out here, to me, because if they only have Force of Will as their only interaction, and they shuffled off that Ponder too. Like, they don't have mana to cast any other counterspells, so if I kill them right now, I can, or like, yeah, I don't know. It's there's something fucky going on. Let's see. Let's just therapy them. So that gets forced. Force pitching Ice Fang Coddle. Sure. I'll just Dark Red into Doomsday, and if this doesn't resolve, then next turn I can so that resolved. Let me think about something here. That's such a weird play that they made. I'm thinking that I can. So if I Street Wraith into a Veil of Summer, I'll draw another card, which could be Lotus Petal. Street Wraith into Veil of Summer. Veil, draw Lotus Petal. There's 3 cards left. Then I can predict away something and draw. Yeah, I think this can work. Oh, I think this could work. So Veil into Lotus Petal, and then predict something. Do the Echo, and hit Petal Oracle. If the Veil gets countered, this might be a little awkward. But I still can predict the Echo, I guess. Actually, so what I should do is like this. This should work, I think. Did I fuck something up here? I sure did. But my veil resolved. Oh my god, I blew it. I blew my pile order. Alright, so there's 3 cards in my graveyard, 3 cards in my hand. 3 cards, so there's like 9 cards. So, let's just crack this. I'm gonna make blue off that petal too. I think I have to. I fucking porked it. Like an asshole. Like a fucking asshole. I can't believe I did that. So there's what? 1 Doomsday, a Veil of Summer, a Street Wraith left in my deck. Yeah, this is a mess. I bungled that really bad. Like, really, really, really bad. I don't even think I can win from here. I messed up the pile order. Alright, how do I win from here? I guess I cast a Lotus Petal. I predict them, draw a card, and then next turn I hope I can Veil to protect Oracle. That seems like the play. I don't think there's another oh, there is another Lotus Petal in my deck. I milled the Force Will. I guess I'm glad I milled the Force Will. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, so I just stop here and then hope I bungled that so fucking bad. Painfully bad. Yeah, I'm just gonna concede. I'm not gonna let them do anything. Like, look at my hand. Alright, that was so stupid. I can't believe I did that. Alright, how do we sideboard here? We get rid of the echoes. We get in the abrupt decays. We get in the empties. And then we can cut a Cabal-Rit and Burning Wish. Yeah. That was a fucking nightmare maneuver. I messed up the order of my pile. And so I cast Veil of Summer intending to draw a Lotus Petal, but I drew a Veil of Summer. I drew an Echo. And so then I had to Echo and hope to draw like exactly the right cards out of 9 or 10 that were left in my deck. And it was not, the pile was not set up to like facilitate that kind of, it was not set up to minimize the probability of fucking dying. And rather, it maximized my probability of fucking dying. I should have had a deterministic pile there. And instead I bungled the order and I had to gamble on an Echo that failed. So that was my bad. So yeah, this is definitely going to be my last match of the day. I have used too much brain power. um, this hand doesn't have any business. I feel like it's kind of missing a lot. I'm going to keep this one. I'll put the Oracle on the bottom and just play some lands and pass. That's a decent draw. I don't think I'm going to do anything just yet. This way, if they do slam a counterbalance or something, I can just decay it. Alright, so now I can brainstorm end step probably. I'm a big fan of end step brainstorms against these kinds of decks. Like, I would rather free up my mana, have my mana freed up on my turn, if possible. Not good draws, though. I'm going to grab the Bayou here. Pass. Burning Wish is a fine card. I do need to actually... I need to find a card to pair with it to protect myself. But it's interesting that they're not fetching any basics in Astrolabes this time. Okay. I smell a Narset. Oh, just an Oko. Alright, so I think with the Oko on the table, I think that empty is going to be out of the question, but Oko doesn't do much besides turn empty off. Just makes this homeboy here into a fatty boom boom beater. I actually have a pretty good opportunity right here since they're tapped out. So hopefully they only have one business spell that I have to deal with. I mean one interactive spell that I have to deal with if their hand is not too nutty. Are we frozen? Looks like my client's crashing. No, guess not. Had a lot of weird freezes today. Empty might not be completely off the table. They don't really have any mana. I mean, any white mana right now. There's a Doomsday. I can get the Threshold. I need to actually get the Threshold before I cast that Cabal Red, though. I don't know what getting Threshold does for me. I should count my mana. I would need 8 mana to Doomsday into a draw 4. And this would make 5, and then I would have 8. So that would do it. I'll make black, Cabal Red. That Lotus Petal should have made red so that I could Burning Wish for empty the warrens. So now I've done it. Now I've gone and porked myself. Yeah, force pitching Jace. So now I'm on the. I mean, I guess I could Burning Wish for Doomsday here. I'll go to 6. The real question is, do I think Doomsday is a better shot to win than a draw 4? Because they're both going to put me on a 2-turn clock. Probably the Doomsday is the better shot to win. Or, I should say, they're probably not any worse. Neither one is any worse. Like, yeah, if they just have a counter spell, they're just going to counter the spell I wish for. So, now we're on the actually top deck the draw 4 game plan here, I think. I suppose top decking a Doomsday or another Burning Wish could do the trick, but actually that won't work because, well, yeah, they put me to 10. So like, if this becomes another elk, I die if I have to make a pass turn pile. So pass turn pile is kind of out of the question. So yeah, I think I'm dead here. I made some mistakes. Like, I should have cracked that Lotus Petal for red. I'm playing pretty badly right now, unfortunately. Although I suppose cracking the Lotus Petal for red wouldn't have mattered that much, because if they counted Doomsday, I would have only had 3 mana left and not enough to Burning Wish for empty, so it hardly matters. Give me something I can work with here. I don't know what that would be. That ain't it. I don't see a reason to cast the Thoughtseize right now. Another burb. What I probably should have done was just cast Burning Wish and draw like a draw 4 maybe or something. I don't know. Another Oko. Yeah, I'll concede here. That did not work. I want to do another. I like hurting myself, apparently. This hand is fine. Oh, good. Glad I can please the masses. I wonder if it was a mistake last match to brainstorm away my Abrupt Decay. Maybe I should have held on to it. I think there's a chance. I think was it you, El Dorte, who was asking about the third Cabal ritual earlier? I think there's a chance that the third Cabal writ should be Reign of Filth, but I'm undecided on that right now. There's also a possibility it should just be like a preordain or something, but I'm undecided on that too. Not Reign of Filth. It has some. It's a little odd with Echo of Eons, but it does some good things in that um, it can get you a threshold. It can help you get to threshold. It makes mana, obviously. Counterbalance? No. Thought this motherfucker was playing counterbalance, so I kind of. No, I know, you're right, but like it doesn't. The purpose of it isn't only to improve threshold. It's another one mana ritual. Um, the fact that it improves the other Cabal rituals is kind of like a bonus. They're really cantripping hard here. Interesting. Yeah, when I decided I wanted to play another match, I was kind of hoping it wasn't going to be another fucking slogfest. Yeah, I think there are a lot of matchups like this kind of matchup where cutting a Cabal ritual is pretty reasonable. And I could definitely see like playing another Preordain or even another Street Wraith over it. Echo of Aeons. It's interesting that they let this resolve. I actually think Predict is really good. I mean, it's good for the same reasons it's good in Mean Deck. It helps you with certain Oracle piles. In this deck in particular, it's very good for your pass the turn piles. I think you could swap it for like a Night's Whisper and a Night's Whisper and an Edge of Autumn instead of Predict and Street Wraith. But I don't know. It's kind of like whatever. So this is an interesting spot. Should I draw? Should I grab and empty the Warrens and try and go off make goblins, or should I get Doomsday, or should I get the draw 4? Should I get Cabal Therapy? I kind of like the empty though, I think. It'd be interesting if they actually countered that. This needs to resolve, unfortunately. It did. That's nice. So I think here I'm supposed to just play the empty and accept one less storm. If they're playing like Show and Tell or something with Prismatic Vistas, I kind of get fucked here. But if they're playing Miracles, like right now they don't have white mana, so I'm going to get at least one attacking with the Goblins. I have the front half of Echo available to me as another potential sort of go off here. Okay, interesting. Very interesting. So I'm not going to front half the Echo here if that was kind of their only game. I do think I'm going to run this LED out though. So lethal on board. Let me get that concession, fam. Snappy. So now they can snap Ponder or snap Brainstorm. Probably snap Brainstorm. Nope, snap Ponder. They must not have another land and not be willing to risk it. I feel like, though, if they don't find anything off this Ponder, like, they're... Oh, no, because they can't... They don't want to Brainstorm because if they fetch, they're still lethal on board. That's what it is. That's pretty tight play. I wouldn't have caught that if I was playing their deck. So, although I suppose I just did catch it. Who knows? I probably wouldn't have caught it if I was playing their deck. All right, we got the win there. Let's see. Their bug. I'm assuming there's Leovolds in their deck, so I'm gonna bring in just 2 decay. I think I'm gonna shy away from the empties because they're probably gonna have Plague Engineers. However, I think I want to cut a Ponder and bring the Infernal Contract in. The real question is, do I want to cut any of these Echoes? Probably do. At least 1 Echo. It's probably reasonably safe to cut a Burning Wish, too. I think I'll just cut the other Echo. Or second Echo. We'll leave 1 Echo in this time. We'll see how that works. I've always kind of like just cut the Echoes. I think I've talked about this before. I've always kind of like just cut Echoes against blue decks without a whole lot of thought. And I've been wondering if maybe I'm supposed to be keeping an Echo or more than 1 Echo, but some number of Echoes in. This hand looks alright. It's got a lot of business, which is fine against these kinds of slower blue decks, where you want to be able to like trying to go toe to toe with their card advantage. So the best draw here would probably be a cantrip, so that I can set up a predict to actually be card advantageous. Oops. Okay, that's fine. I already had OBS open, so clicking on it didn't matter. Okay. So, right now, I'm thinking my next play is going to be Burning Wish for Cabal Therapy. It's still in my board. I wouldn't be surprised if they set up a little extra to prepare themselves for an empty, and then I can just not Oh, they're making more snow mana for another astrolabe. Ooh, Thoughtseize. That's interesting. Okay. So they're just 5-color snow, apparently. That's fine. This hand is fine against that style of deck. I think. They probably... I imagine they're going to take the Doomsday here, but they may take a Burning Wish. They took the Burning Wish. Okay. That's actually... I think that's pretty reasonable, because that's like my turn. That was going to be my turn to play. But now this is. Thoughtseize back. I wonder if they force this. It looks like they're thinking about it. Or they're just slow, but... Ooh, it's Allurin. It's not 5-color snow. It's a 5-color Allurin. Alright, so let's take a... Well, let's have a little think here. Let's have a thinky. They don't really have a lot going on. The Rest in Peace is not doing a whole lot. I think I'm supposed to take the Recruiter. I'm pretty sure I can beat an Abrupt Decay. I don't think that's going to be an issue. So if I take the Recruiter, they're still at least one turn and then the next turn away from playing the Allurin. And then they would still need a combo piece to go with it. So I don't see how they're going to win if I take the Recruiter. Like, unless they draw more discard spells, in which case they might be able to figure something out. But I'm pretty sure that next turn I can hardcast Doomsday and then be able to set up a kill that is... Yeah, it looks like they didn't draw another land. If I just draw a like a Lotus Petal or a Dark Writ, I just kill him too. Or Cabal Writ. Another Cabal Writ should be good enough as well. So yeah, so I'm just going to go for the kill here. The old spicy Allurin pile. Barring... What could they have even drawn? Mindbreak Trap seems like the only card they could have drawn that would really be a blowout here. Alright, Cabal Writ, Doomsday, and if they have a Mindbreak Trap, they're going to hit it here. Okay, so I need to put something into the graveyard, so we'll do my Echo, because I left one in. So Echo into the graveyard, and then I draw LED, Street Wraith, and then Oracle, and the last card is just whatever. So I probably mis-sideboarded a little bit for this list, for what my opponent's playing, but I just kind of assumed it was like a 4 or 5 color control, based on what I'd seen in game 1. So I need... This is Thassa's Oracle here, and then LED, Street Wraith, Echo. So predict myself. So this is kind of why predict is good. It's really, I wouldn't play it unless I was playing Street Wraith or Edge of Autumn, but it is interesting. One thing that I haven't really gotten to do with it is something where you put Echo into your graveyard and then draw 2 LEDs. And Echo, I haven't tried that one yet. I don't know if that's like a useful application. You know, I don't know if there's any really good reasons to be doing that. I suppose you could go off without costing yourself any life that way. But like, obviously it wouldn't work against a blue deck because you'd risk them drawing counter magic if you had a bunch of Echo, or if you Echo and refill their hand. But anyway, so beat the Allurin deck unless they are slow roll on a Mindbreak Trap. Yeah, okay. So that was alright. I guess thanks for watching, everybody. And I don't think it's likely that I'll play the main deck list again anytime soon, but I'm definitely going to be keeping an eye on it because it's, there's something there, obviously. It's just, not exactly my jam. But anyway, thanks for watching.